There's something we do that I want to put a stop to, and I want to see if I get all of your guys' support. Okay? I'm done with the Shedeur Sanders watch thing, walking over to the crowd. And I think a lot of our media brethren are scared because if you say something like that, somehow you're, one, a hater, right? You're a hater. And two, well, you don't understand the culture, right? And maybe you're right. I don't understand the culture, you know? Maybe you're right. I grew up in as diverse an area of Orange County as possible. I played a sport which is incredibly diverse. I've lived in 3 different countries. I've lived in 3 different states. I've traveled all over. I've seen every state except for North and South Dakota. The only ones not on, that I have not checked off on my list. That's it. Everywhere else I've been. But I can't tell you that I didn't grow up in a black family. But here's the easiest way to look at it. Okay. And I'm about being fair. I'm about being fair. So if there were any other quarterback, anyone who would run over to the opposing students after winning a game, and I don't care that Arizona State sucks and that they beat a 1-5 team. I don't. It's a competitive game. He played well late. They scored. You win a road game. Doesn't matter the record. Colorado has now become a game that everybody circles on the calendar. They're a big game. It's fine. Like, it's winning is impressive. Finding a way to win is impressive. But going over to a student section and flashing a $70,000 watch that I don't even know if you have to go into the fact that it's his dad's money because his dad was a superstar and his dad has been a star at everything that he's done. Like, I wouldn't actually say anything negative about Shedeur Sanders. He's just a young man. I'm being critical of every other idiot in the media that makes excuses and falls all over themselves. Because again, what's fair, how the world really works is, if it wasn't Shedeur Sanders, if it was Michael Penix Jr., who I think is awesome, at the University of Washington, if it was Caleb Williams, right? When Caleb Williams has said he'd make more money by staying in college than he would by going to the pros. I was told that Caleb Williams' deal is somewhere in the 2-year, $18 million variety. I don't have verified sources on that. It's a source around USC football. Okay. The point is that guy is making, can we at least say 7 figures? Like Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy winner, 7 figures. So if there's a guy who actually has balled out, can afford to buy his own watch, and that doesn't do that, it's Caleb Williams, right? So you'll have people go back and, how'd you feel about Manziel? Manziel was a polarizing figure back then. And you know what he didn't do? He didn't run over to the sidelines and run over to the student section and flash his money or flash his jewelry. The problem is that what's fair treatment of women and men, white people, black people, mixed race people, Hispanic, Asian, Indonesian, anything, is if it was somebody else, would you have the same reaction? And then you give people sometimes the benefit of the doubt if they've achieved more or if there's more pressure. On the other hand, if they're getting more attention, what's the old expression? To whom more is given, more is expected. Yeah, I'm so done with it because it's the ultimate taunting. It's spoiled rich guy stuff. And if it was anybody else, that's what we would say about it. What are you doing? And again, it's not Shedeur. It's the reaction to Shedeur, and frankly, his dad's reaction. Because his dad's reaction to all this stuff is, well, you're a hater. Like, what are you doing there? What is the lesson that he is a powerful voice. He's probably the most or second most powerful voice in the entire sport of college football. And to whom more is given, more is expected. All right, let's get to this. Yeah.
This just came in across my newsfeed anyways. Deion Sanders was asked about the watch. Did you see these comments?
No.
Okay, here we go. We are on the biggest stage. Much love and shout out to DJ Khaled. He's the one who stamped it. He and Rick Ross. That's hood royalty. It's hilarious to me. I love to see it. We joke about it on a daily basis. We got to get him a lucrative watch deal now. He can't do it for nothing. We got to capitalize on this moment. He is my son. Now, that reads, I don't know if he's tongue-in-cheek on this. Maybe it is a little bit, but that is his official comment on this, I guess.
I believe it. I believe that Deion is an amazing marketeur, right? That all this stuff has the purpose, and the only purpose is making money, right? And that's fine. The problem with it is, we told you that wasn't what he said why Jackson State was important to him, which is he's full of crap, right? And, oh, yeah, by the way, I already making a bunch of money. There is a point there where you go you have a modicum of class with how you win. And I'm not telling you this out of left field. I'm telling you this is how everybody really feels. They're just scared to say it because you say it, it's about Deion. What's it become about? You're a hater or something about race, which it has nothing to do with it. They're picked to win 3.5 games. They've won 4. We didn't know how his game would translate from low-level 1AA football to Division I. He's been really good. He's getting all kinds of love. Right? I mean, you've had people go on television say they would take him ahead of Caleb Williams as the number 1 pick. So there is no lack of love, but it's how you handle it. And there isn't another soul who plays college or even NFL football who behaves this way, especially at the quarterback position. That's wide receiver stuff. That's cornerback stuff. Quarterback is different. It's always been different. Always been different. Do we care that George Kittle wore a F Dallas shirt? Micah Parsons seems to. Here's Micah Parsons' reaction to George Kittle showing off his T-shirt on Sunday that said F Dallas.
George Kittle had 3 touchdowns on us, and he posted this thing to IG. He said F Dallas. I just feel like he's making it way more personal than it had to be. Kittle's my guy, but I'm going to say this. Laugh now, cry later. We got something for that. Just trust. If we see them again, just trust. And we're going to put it just like that. I ain't going to put too much on it. You're going to make it personal. We can make it personal.
Well, I thought he's your guy. It's very, very confusing. Everybody's your guy. He's my guy, but he's making it personal. And it's just going to make it worse. I mean, okay. How many times do we have to see the Cowboys play the Niners before we realize the Cowboys are not as good as the Niners?
I always love that when people say, if we see you again. If they see them again, it'll be worse.
Remember last week, Dak was like, man, oh, now you're getting me pissed off early in the week. You were so pissed off, you threw 3 interceptions. That was really bad. We will know not to get you mad ever again.
If they played 10 times, how many times did the Niners win?
9.
Yes.
Yeah,
9.
I'd say 9.5.
Yeah. Niners are better.
If we see you again.
We see you again.
You don't want to see them again, actually.
No.
They're your
No, we want the Eagles to play them before and then maybe get a chance to the Eagles because we see the Eagles twice. No, yeah, and you're like, but it's how many times do we have to see these two teams match up? Oh, now it's on now. It wasn't on before. They beat you in the playoffs and you go in there and you think it was on before. Now it's on. Like, no, dude, they wiped the field with you.
Oh, man.
It wasn't like it was a game. It was like, man, had this one play changed, the game would have changed. That was a no-doubter. And look, in college athletics, I had a great discussion I have a podcast called All Ball, and Chris Crutchfield was on with me. Chris is the head coach at Nebraska Omaha. He was an assistant at Oklahoma, And I remember when Oklahoma got beat in the Final Four by Villanova. That was in Houston, right? And it was Villanova won by 44 points. But what's crazy is Oklahoma won by like 20 when they played early in the year in Hawaii in a special made-for-TV game. And so there is you got us, but the teams were completely different. This is 3 years now we've seen these two teams matched up. The Niners have progressively gotten better. The Cowboys have gotten modestly better. But the difference in the two teams is stark. And by the way, whether they're that much better than everybody else, your quarterback's clearly got the Cowboys in his head. And they whooped your ass. The only thing you can say sometimes is like, we got to get better because they whooped our ass. FanDuel TV today responding.
It was already personal before the game started. Now, 42-10, I don't think you want to see us again. It might be a little bit worse.
Debo.
I don't know what we trust.
Micah, Debo, I don't know what to say. I'm getting uncomfortable.
I don't know what we trust. We trust, laugh now, cry later. I don't think you want to see us again.
Yeah, that's what's her name? Adams, Kay Adams show. Yeah, my thoughts actually align with Debo Samuel. Oh, trust means trust me. Trust me, you don't want to see us again. Like, really? Kind of think we're better than you. Kind of think we're going to be better than you. And all of us are unbiased. Like, Byer's a Seahawks fan. Ramos is a Rams fan. Me and Jay Stu are Chargers fans. Like, we got no love or hate. Ramos, if anything, has hate for the Niners.
Yeah, same thing here.
But I agree with them.
Everybody agrees with them.
John loves the Niners.
That's the headline.
That's the headline. That's the takeaway. And by the way, Micah Parsons, we can't be too critical of anything the Cowboys did because Micah Parsons wants all commentary to be calm, reasonable, and understanding because everybody's a human being. And if you say something that's pointed analysis, that's negative, you have to be an old man.